Hello everybody, how are we doing today? Um, y'all, so I ended up going to the hair store, y'all. I want to be a long pony, yoni. When, of course, whenever I take my hair down and redo my hair, I want to be a long ponytail. And they had a sale going on with the hair, right? And so I went in there and I got me a little pack of pony yoni hair. You gotta put that good old hot comb on your head. And, and I just got me a 16-inch. I want me a high ponytail. Y'all, and this hair was on sale. I know it's gonna be somebody out there, girl, but that ain't my business. My business is this pack of hair, right? This Indian remedy. And what's crazy, y'all, is that this hair is a older hair. But let's just say, I don't know if we can all agree on one thing for the girlies who is getting this new hair. That I don't care what nobody say. The older hair, the older packs of hair, right? Is something about the elasticity. I don't even know if that's a word of the hair. It seems like older hair used to last way better than this new hair. Now, I don't know what type of fibers they're using nowadays, but I don't care how much I pay for hair. It seems like it does not last. Like, it just don't last, right? It be tangling up. It's supposed to be XYL, Peruvian, 10 grade A of a 20-inch of 1,000 grade per cc units. And I be like, this is tangling. And it stinks. I don't know. Here, come on, ladies. I have to let my dogs out. And so I went to the hair store and I got me a 16-inch pony. And I was messing with the guy. And I said, can I get a discount? He told me a discount. I said, yeah. I said, it's already on sale. Why not get a sale on top of a sale? And he just bust out laughing. And he was like, you know what? I said, well, my thing is this. My granny always told me that if you don't ask, you shall not receive. And he said, that's always true. He said, but that is so cheap. And he said, I'll give you a discount on something else. So I said, okay, cool. Y'all, I always love going to these places because, they look out for me. But y'all, this hair is good. I used this way back when. And y'all, this hair lasted me a long time. Like, this is the type of hair that you can do a lot with, right? And I just needed one pack because, well, it was only because it was on sale. It was a 16-inch and a 10-inch. And I figured, why get a 10-inch? The 10-inch is when I ain't gonna be able to do nothing. I mean, I guess I could have did it by, but what I'm gonna do with one pack of hair? I mean, I guess add it on for a little bang or something, but I just needed me a ponytail, y'all, and so I got it. I want me a high ponytail, and that's what I'm gonna do. And so, anyways, y'all, so I just came from the hair store. And so, y'all, I got so much hair, like, y'all, like this. I got this thing full of different type of hair. Y'all, I got all type of stuff, right? So, I'm not lacking when it comes to, okay. Then I got a big old tub full of hair. I got a suitcase full of hair. I got a bin full of hair, like just hair. But sometimes I got wigs, all of it, y'all, right? From expensive to cheap. I does this. And so, anyways, y'all, let me fix my bang yang right now, because this bang is throwing up gang yang signs. Yeah, I got my little hat on to match my sweater. And so, anyways, y'all, I'm sitting here thinking, I just got home from doing my little running around and stuff like that. Did I get my hair glue? Wait a minute. Y'all, wait a minute. I just got home from doing my little running around and stuff. And let me make sure I got my glue. Let me take out the bag. Probably throw it away. Yeah, I had to take out the bag because I forgot about it that fast. But anyways, y'all, so I'm sitting here, right? And I'm just, sometimes we can get into our moods, right? And I said, well, God, all this stuff is going on. And, I just can't see a way forward right now when it comes to certain things, right? And I bull crap you not. I'm like, all these people I just feel like, God, they getting away. They getting away with doing stuff. They doing this, Lord. They doing, I get into my modes where I'm not necessarily complaining to God. I just, can we talk for a minute? God, I want to know your name. You hear me? I just be wanting to talk to God sometimes about what be going on, right? Y'all, as soon as I got to talking to God, right, he gave me a vision of a place that I used to go to that used to be getting over. Like this place, this lady was so jealous, so envious, so nasty. These are people who play in energy work, right? And I'm going to leave it at that. These are people who sit behind the scene. They sit there as a business, right? And act legit. But I noticed that once I started to go to this business, she began to flourish a little bit, right? But what's even crazier is God showed me something in 2.2 seconds is when I began to talk to him about these different places that I go inside of, and these people think they slick and doing these different things, right? Yo, I bull crap you not. That as I sit here and as quick as I said and thought what I thought to God, as quick as a vision came to the forefront, y'all hear that ambulance in the background. Y'all, in the freaking vision I got was this lady shop blowing up. I cannot make this up, right? In the ambulance just went by as I'm like getting ready to say this. This is wow. This is wow. Y'all, it ain't funny, y'all. I had to jump up once I did this little talk with God, and I forgot as quick as I, thought it, said it. I half said it, half thought it. But God knew that it was between me and him. And he gave me a vision of this woman's shop blowing up. Like, he's not playing with nobody when it comes to his people. And these people that think that they're going to become somebody off the back of his people. And then it's like, dang, you already doing these nasty things, ferocious, treacherous things, right? And then you think that you're going to treat my people bad after you steal from them energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, after you rob them. You think that you're going to do wrong to my people after you rob them. And God showed me something as quick as I said it, as quick as I thought it. And it was a vision of this woman's shop blowing up. Now, I bullcrap you not. I kept telling an individual around me who really know nothing about, like, spirituality, I should say. Like, they're not big on it. They know about it. But, they know about it, but I thought I heard another ambulance coming by. But they know about it, but they're not with the bigger part of it, right, I should say. And then nowadays, it's like, a lot of people act like they don't know a lot of shit, but they be the main ones sitting in your face doing it too. So people just not to be trusted these days. And it's not in a paranoid state. Watch yourself. Well, watch, they coming. We ain't worried about that, even if they is coming. You feel me? Because God just showed me something, y'all. And the verification, right, when I'm saying it, right? Y'all hear me? The verification. On top of the verification, ain't nobody gonna get over on God's people and live and say that God ain't come for them. You understand me? It is so many people in this season that is facing that that tap, 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 tap from the Most High God, from doing what it is that they've been doing to some of us. God is not to be mocked. God is not to be played with. And some of these people are going to learn their lesson, right? And it's not like, oh, you going to learn your lesson, or you going to get it, or you going to get it. It's not that. It's that I always say that if you bold enough to dish it out, you bold enough to receive it back. Understand me? Let me say it again. And I'm going to have to break it down after I say it, so because somebody ain't hearing what I'm telling you. If you bold enough to dish it out, you bold enough to receive it back. A lot of people are out here dishing problems, dishing access, dishing extra problems out to people's lives. You don't know what it took for somebody to get to where they at. You don't know what somebody's sacrifice was to get where they at with God. You don't know what somebody, and it might sound silly to you, but to God it was serious, right? People always talking about fasting, right? Let me get on fasting. People think because they put away their plate for the day that is fasting. Yes, it is fasting. But if you don't have a problem with eating, if you don't have a eating habit, you it's like, yeah, is that really a sacrifice? Right? Try putting away something that you hold so dearly. Sacrifice yourself, deprive yourself of something that it is that you really care about. You understand me? You don't know what somebody's suffer was, what somebody sacrificed to God was. You don't know what somebody ran and got on their knees and begged God to release them from. For you to be sitting in the background provoking and doing nasty things to a person, and you don't know that person's connection because that person said a cuss word, and you don't like how they said, and you don't like how they did, and you don't like how they blinked their eyes 3 times. You don't like how whatever it is that you don't like. And so you feel that you're going to comfort that person and make life harder. But if you watch that person go through the things that you put them through at the hands, and trust and believe you me, that if God allow it, because understand you me, guys, something, that if God allow it through your back door, it's supposed to be there. You should be saying yippity yay. Yippity doo dah, yippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Yippity doo dah, yippity yay. There's a bluebird on my shoulder. You understand me? I remember I used to sing that. I was like in the 3rd grade. Yippity doo dah, yippity yay. You should be dang on happy that God is allowing that in your back door, because that means that you is somebody. See, people only look at the hardship of it and say, why? Tell me how I ease the pain. Hey, when I know it's coming back again. You up here asking God, what is going on? God, why is this going on? God, I don't deserve this. God know that. God know you don't deserve that. But baby, that's why it is vital that you know who and what you are to God. That's why it's vital that you know the assignments. If God let it touch your back door, sometimes when I figure it out, by the time I figure it out, God is already cleaning it up a lot of times. You understand? And so if God let somebody cause you all these issues, cause you all these problems, God allowed it to go through, baby. Baby. Everybody ain't somebody to God. Everybody can be anything, anybody, any place, anything, any whatever they want to be. But everybody ain't somebody to God. And people feel like, oh, they going through hardship, they going through this, they going through problems. Oh, they ain't. They talking about they connected to God. Man, you best to think twice. You best to think twice. Let's see him get through that. Let's see him do this. Let's see him hop, skip, and jump. Let's see him get through that. Meanwhile, you in the house baking bread, making do what you got, and God like, hold on. I remember when I was a kid. And I'm gonna say this. Let me say this real quick. There's laws to the land that has been written before we got here. There's things that was a balance and got balanced before we got here. You understand me? And so, who do you think you are? Who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you are to throw things off balance? See, God and the devil has a treaty. God and the devil has a thing. They have this thing going on, right? Even the wicked of the wicked, they know that there's a balance. And because you don't like something about that person, instead of sitting there and saying, why do that thing bother me? Why is it that when that person speak, it bother me? Why is it that when that person blink their eye 3 times like that, it bother me? Instead of you saying that and going to heal up on yourself and love up on yourself and pulling yourself back to health and well, you don't understand that when God let you see that person and you go to work on them, God put that person right there so you can see them for that reason. And you got either one or two things. Either you going to allow that thing to trigger you and go work on yourself and figure it out. Because a lot of times it steals from childhood. A lot of times it steals from your ain't shit ass mama and daddy and whoever else raised you. And your brother and sister, and your ego problems, and your all this weird stuff. You always said you ain't gonna be, you wouldn't go, right? And you see this person come in your algorithm or come around you, and you figure, oh, this person, I don't like, and you think you gonna take that person through something. Because what you don't like. If God allow it in your back door, baby, it's supposed to be there. For the ones that's going through it, I want you to know it's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there. Because God about to knock these people down a few pegs. You understand me? Some of these people about to be begging on their hands and knees. Because some of these people figure if they just be nice to you. Because God is whooping them so bad. And let me just pretend. Let me just pretend I'm going to straighten it out. And God know their heart. God know their minds. God knows their angles. Who do you think you are to cause somebody to go through something or to do something to somebody because what you don't like? Stealing from them, causing them problems, messing with their analytics, messing with their numbers, messing with their algorithms, stealing from them. You're a thief. You're a thief. The same thing that you say that you hate, you're everything. God is showing you something with your problem with this person, that person, them, they, and thou. God is showing you a thief. You're everything that you say you hating. These people are figuring out that everything they say they hate, that they are them, they are that. Everything they said they ain't gonna be, God showing them that they're exactly that. And sometimes it takes for God to let you come up and through there for them to see that they everything that they said they hate. The problem ain't with you, it's with they black ass mama. They trifling daddy. They trifling selves. But you got put up there to show them something about themselves. And they done came from you and God let it through your back door. I don't care how bad it seems. God let it through your back door and know that you somebody. If God let it through your edge of your door. If God let that person creep in on you. So I creep. Yeah, and I creeping on the island. It's people in the background that you don't even know that's out here creeping on you, playing these games, playing checkers and chess in your life, playing. And God about to whoop they ass. Whoop that trick. Get them. Whoop that trick. And somebody ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but I don't care. They about to get toe up from the flow up. They about to be whooped. And based on what God showed me, some of these people are not going to be able to recover because God has told them time and time again to stop what it is that they is doing. I don't care about no multi-millionaires. I don't care about what they feel they gonna do and not gonna do. Man, them motherfuckers will go to the bank and be able to decline. Ain't no Mr. and Mrs. such and such anymore. Oh, it shows here that. It shows here that the same thing they wanted for you is going to happen to them times 1,000. These people was getting treated with respect and da-da-da-da-da. And they think that because they up here, they can't come down. But when God shut it down, baby, it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It's the same way they wanted you to be treated, they're going to be treated that way. They're going to be treated that way. They want you to go in places and people be looking all at you. Yo, a lot of that is energy manipulation. When you know that you go places and you're respected, you don't cause no problems, and everybody's going to cause you, that's energy manipulation. Understand you me. But these people are going off the fact that they hoping that you don't figure it out. Or that you won't understand. You're not tapped into God because if you was tapped into God, you would know that I'm playing in your face. You would know. You don't even know these motherfuckers and you still know what's going on. I don't even know you when I know what's going on. God, let me tell y'all a story. When I was a kid, y'all, right? My uncle took me to where would he take us to? My uncle took all of his nieces and nephews, right? Hard working man. Always had his own, always did his own business, always did his own thing. You hear me? And he stayed 2.5 hours away from us. And I remember when we was kids, right? My mom and my dad was in prison, and so my mother and my father was in prison, and so my grandmother, other three sons stepped in, right? They stepped in to help out, right? And it's not on a, oh, they stepped in to help out because I'm this and I'm that, and they this and that. No, they stepped in to help out help out their brothers. They stepped in to help out their mama. You know, good men. These are good men, right? And why they sibling went through whatever it was that they had to go through, right? And and this person got out and started doing good and all these things, right? You know, we had hiccups in the road, but who don't, right? Who don't? And so I remember when we was younger, my grandmother took us out of town and drove us 2.5 hours, y'all. We was driving in a probe, y'all. I think I only seen one. They said there was only two of these probes, right, in our little city, right? I mean, in our country. But we had a probe, y'all. I don't even know if people know what a probe is. It looked like it's a two-door looking sports car, Batmobile. We used to call it the Batmobile. And by my granny having all these kids in and out the car, you know, we would tear it up, you know, peeling the stuff from the ceiling, doing all this stuff, y'all. I don't know how she kept that car up, but it rolled to the road. God kept that car together. You hear me? And we'd go out there and clean it out and tear it back up. We was kids. But y'all, she would fit. It was what, 3 seats in the back and 2 seats in the front. And y'all, I don't know how 10 of us fit in the car at times, but we did. Y'all, and the radio did not work. And so we grabbed, when we was about to take our trip out of town, we filled that trunk up with whatever it was that we was taking with us, y'all, and pots and pans, depending on if it was a holiday or not. Pots and pans, clothes, this, that, and the other, shoes, you know, whatever we needed, toys, the dog, y'all, we had a Rottweiler. The dog went with us too. How did we get in there? I don't know. And so we would take and put our batteries in our radio. My granny said, get that radio. We would put the batteries in the radio, y'all. And all of us would fit in that car. Take the dog, pack the dog and the dog bone, the dog bed, and y'all, I don't know how we got in that car. In the Batmobile, right? And she drove us 2.5 hours away. On the road, we'll be listening to different songs. My girl used to always tell me, sing that song, right? She always wanted me to sing for some reason. Y'all, I never thought I could sing, so, but I would try my hardest. I was a kid, and I had it in my heart. And she said that I could sing it, and so I sung it, right? But one of the songs was, what was the song? One of the songs we used to listen to. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Who was that? Donnie McClurkin. And then the other one was, Stomp. I promise the stump. The whole stump, nothing but stump. It ain't over, right? And then there was another one she started liking. That pretty. What was it? Pretty wing. I think it was Pretty Wings by Y'all can get it out. I think it was Pretty Wings by I can't think of his name. But y'all, a lot of y'all know what song I'm talking about. Pretty Wings. And so anywho's, we would drive 2.5 hours away, y'all, and be jamming, rocking, doing us. And every time we would get by these tanks, right? I ain't gonna name the tanks, but she said we buy this such and such tanks, right? How many? And we all had to guess, right? Because no matter how many times we went, it was a lot. This was our second home. Y'all, we would never know how much time we was away from the place, right? But we knew once we got by these tanks, we was close. And she would have us guess, how far along y'all think we got now? But she would always say we halfway or whatever. So, anyways, y'all, I remember we drove down here this one day, and this time we went to my uncle's house. But the craziest thing happened, and I had to tell that another time, but me and him ended up talking about it at a later time. And he was like, man, all these years I thought you had did X, Y, and Z. He said, I thought I heard you come up the stairs and say we here. I said, nah. I said, even if I did, I didn't do that. So we talked about it, but it was some creepy stuff that happened, right? But it was always some creepy stuff in his apartment. And so anyways, this particular time, once we got down there, I think the next day, we end up getting up, and it started getting later on in the day. He said, y'all get ready. And we was getting our stuff ready. He had popped like a whole bunch of bags of popcorn, y'all. He had this big old van. Not like, I'm talking like the square vans, right? Like the workers' vans. The napper vans. I call them the napper vans. Some kidnapping vans. But it was his work van or whatever. And he used to have what do you call those things? Y'all, the things you climb up the house with. Shoot. The ladders. He used to have the ladders on top of his van and stuff. But anyways, he ended up telling us to get ourselves ready and stuff. He had popped a whole bunch of bags of popcorn and all this stuff. Y'all got all this junk food. And all of us, y'all, it was so many of us. We end up going to the movies, right? But we end up going to the drive-in. And so when we was on our way from the drive-thru, I remember, y'all, I don't know how we survived. I don't know if we died and came back in another dimension. Hey, because I believe in that now, y'all. makeup on my shirt? Y'all think I have makeup on my shirt? I don't know. I don't even care. We at the end of the day, y'all. It's 8 o'clock at night. But anyways, we was on our way back, y'all. After, all the kids in the car, he took all his seats out of there, out of this van and everything, except for the 2 front seats. And all of us kids, y'all, it was so many kids. And so he had all he had majority of the chairs taken out of the van. He might have had maybe the first row. No, I want to say he had all the chairs out except for the 2 in the front. But anyways, my one cousin, she would always ride in the front, right? She always had to be the one. I'm the oldest. I get to ride the front and da-da-da-da-da, right? And so anyways, the rest of us kids, we was in the back of the van. We on the floor, right? We got our blankets, we got our covers, we got our pillows, y'all. We got our snacks, we got our popcorn. But when we was on our way back, I remember we was all back there talking stuff. This was an era where people really didn't have their phones like that. Wasn't no phones, wasn't no nothing. When you had your cousins and stuff like that, y'all had to interact with each other, right? Maybe one of us had a phone. Maybe one, and that might have been her, the oldest one. And so anyways, when we was on our way back, y'all, it was late night and the road was slippery. I don't know how my uncle knew that we was about to start sliding, but he knew. Like, he said it before we even started sliding. So he was like, get ready, y'all, hang on, I got y'all, right? That's all I remember him saying is that I got y'all, hold, hang on, y'all, I got y'all, and got y'all. But we kids, right? So regardless if he was saying that he got us or not, we wasn't scared, right? We back there riding away, right? We hanging on to the sides. We coasting, we out there, we sliding all over, right? He probably scared for his life, like we about to die. We probably did die. I'm telling y'all, cause we was on the E-way. We was on the highway, and the E-way, that's crazy. The E-way that we was on, y'all had some black ice on it. But what's crazy is that he knew we was about to start sliding before. But my uncle was very gifted as well. He knew that we was about to start sliding, y'all, before we even started sliding. I remember him saying, like, hold on for like 2 minutes before we even started sliding. Hang on, y'all. I got y'all. And we slipping and sliding, slipping, y'all. All the kids in the back, we out the back. We got our hands up, y'all. About to die. Like, we back there coasting, we laughing, we having the time of our life. Like, oh, we sliding. Ain't understanding the severity of it, but that's the good part about being a kid. You don't really have fear. Fear has to be installed into a child, and that's another topic. I ain't about to get on that. And so we slipping and sliding. He said, hang on, I got y'all. He was coasting that van, y'all. I just remember him like pulling at something and rolling that, like, y'all. Y'all, that is crazy. But anyways, y'all, we had the time of our lives, slipping and sliding, woo, right? But the main thing that stuck out, y'all, I forgot all about that, right? I forgot all about this event. And Lady Guy has been bringing that event back up to me. But the main part of it is, like my uncle saying, hang on, I got y'all. Even in the tumultuous environment, even in the midst of danger, right? Even in and under the circumstances, right? I just remember him saying, hang on. But my uncle was always a safe guy to be around. Like, the feeling, like, he always had, like, this dominant energy. I was almost 100% sure it wasn't going to happen to us. Everybody was, right? He just didn't understand his energy, right? And he might have did. But he was such a dominant person and comfortable to be around as far as safety that we didn't care what was going on. We knew he had us regardless, right? But this is what some of y'all don't understand. I'm bringing that up for a reason. God brought that back up to me here lately. When my uncle was like, hang on, y'all, just hold on. I got y'all, right? Hang on. And one day I was in a room and I was laying down and that scene popped back up to me. But the main thing that stuck out was the hang on. I got y'all, I got you. I got y'all. We all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right, y'all. He was panicking, but we was good, right? What God is doing with some of y'all are in some deep doo-doo. Some of y'all are going through some nasty stuff right now. Some nasty, tumultuous energy, right? And God brought that back up to me for a reason. I always tell y'all that God talks to us in signs, synchronicity, dreams, movies, whatever he can use. He will give you glimpses of certain things for you to be like, okay, that's God, period, point blank. A lot of people think that God is coming out of the sky like a rolling thunder. I feel like people, when you describe God and when you say that God said or God told me or the feeling of or the energy of the communication with you and God, they think that you hearing these voices and it's a rolling thunder. Rise, Lazarus, like a rolling thunder and a cloud just come down. No, God will talk to you in snips and clips, however he communicate with you. You understand? And so when he brought that back up to me, it showed me something. We always going through something. God's people, we always want to go through something until God take us to that land where he take what they say, and yet must be from the motherland until God gets us to the promised land, right? A lot of y'all is going through that energy where God is like, just hang on, right? It's tumultuous, right? Car all leaning over, right? You driving on 10 wheels, slippery slope, and God like, just hang on, right? Some of y'all out here, when God is giving y'all instructions, when you got that gut feeling to sit down for the day, don't go outside, don't move around. God is giving you that. Your angels, your ancestors, right? You might get up, click on your phone, and the first thing you see is a person car flipped over on the top. You like, hey, what the hell, right? Sometimes God is telling some of us to sit down somewhere, right? That little inkling that you see, that you feel, that you whatever, y'all, it is so, it's so real. And so you just got to believe in it. You got to believe in your connection with God, right? A lot of people talk about God 24/7. A lot of people say, hang on, it's just good things. It's something coming. It's da 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 da. But they don't talk about the hard part of it. They just keep giving you this hope. It is really false hope because that ain't your part yet. I'm just saying. That ain't your part yet. Somebody ain't gonna like what I'm saying. But you're not there yet. I might not be there yet. And sometimes false hope is okay to keep somebody going for another day. But I'm talking about like the real life part of it. Some of y'all are going through things, and a lot of it has to do with at the hands of other people. They don't like the way you blink. They don't like the way you talk about who you think you is. Pressure, who gonna check her? Oh, she said, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show her. I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I know God be at the edge of his throne, just sitting up there like, holding his staff like, really? He about to get up and try. Let me send him, somebody go down there and warn him. Give him a win, because they got the warning too. They got the warning to back up too. They woke up and seen some spicy eyes staring dead at them. They told me some, Granny, yeah, baby, what you about to do? Granny, that's not you. Yeah, it is. What you about to do? Then start seeing all kind of crazy stuff. Don't do it on a post board. And they like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. God like, okay. Raise up the back gate so I can let it hit her. Because if it don't hit her, I need it to hit her. I need it to hit him. I need these things to go through. Because I need to get this person. If God thwarts every single thing that come your way, these people cannot be dragged by their toenails to the foot of the cross and go up under judgment the proper way. And a lot of these people have been getting away with doing it for so long. But those people was not in alignment why they was able to get away with doing it. That don't mean that they deserved it, but they still wasn't in alignment. You understand? And some of these people are looking at, she ain't got a dollar to her name. He ain't got a penny. Oh, they doing like this. They living like that. But they don't understand that God got you. God need this hit to go through. So the same thing that they mentioned about you, the same thing that they peep, the same thing that they digging, the same resources that they using to dig up into the back of your dirty tin. Your leftovers, your past, your correction. The same resources that they're using is going to be denied. But God need that to go through. God need that hit to go through on you so he can drag them straight to the pits of hell. God needed to go through. I'm telling y'all something. I'm trying to help somebody to help somebody. If every single thing that you go through is thwarted, some of these people have sold some of y'all up SHIT's creek for their own glory. Some of these people had $20 in their pocket, more than you, and stepped on your neck so they can get ahead off the back of you. Some of these people have sold you so they can get something. A twinkle in their eye for the day. A shimmer of glitter for the day. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, it don't feel good. And it has to go through on you so God can get through to them. It is order to everything. There's a way that it has to go. But some of y'all have to catch on to what is going on. Don't get frustrated. Some of these people have been stealing from some of us. Oh, yeah. Messing with your analytics, your numbers. You only got 2 people watching you for the day. Stealing from you. And then reporting you to the IRS like you got the money. Like you've got mail. Blocking your this, blocking your that with their resources. It's about to be a drought for these people. It's about to be a famine for these people. For the last 2 years, God has told me that there's a famine coming. There's a famine coming. There's a famine in the land. There's a famine. Them are the words that I've heard. I heard not a drought, not a pandemic, I said there's a famine. And for the last 2 years, I kept saying, God, what are you talking about this famine? Y'all, I'm up here like, dang, should I stock up some 50-cent cornbread and some bags of beans and some water? What's coming? Then I'm like, how I'm going to stop the smell? Because hungry people gonna come, Lord, cover my house. But sometimes we look at it as, the actual famine, the way we go biblical with things sometimes, or we go to where our mind takes us. But see, some of these things, hold on, guys. we got these monitoring spirits coming around trying to take some of our energy, take some of our stuff so they can put it on block you. And they can put a blow up dial in the front of the forefront with your word. God coming for them too. The ones that be used, oh, 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 they the ones who get it first and they get the most. I mean, they go out there, they whole car just flip up. They be on their way to sign these deals. They ain't even getting a chance to sign the deals, and if they do get to the point where they sign, just let some of these people go up there and act like you. Some of these people are so mad about who you are and what God said you was that they done did all type of stuff to stop you from being seen and heard. They done went out there and took people, said study this person and their word and go out there and act like them. They out here doing all kind of stuff, trying to making probably done made some dang on genetic. They can't clone they can't clone my genetic makeup, honey. I am special. Yes I am. Yes I am. I'm special. yeah. They can try, but it's gonna be very hard to get my genetic makeup. I'm just saying. Some of us are God's favorites. What they say, sugar and spice and everything nice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Some of these people have been sending spiritual attacks, psychic attacks, going to witches, warlocks, mediums, and all kind of stuff, trying to read up into who the hell you is. And God up there, like, give him some of it. Give him just a little bit. Because they going to go to act on it. They going to act on it. And I need them to act on it. Some of these people are so mad. Who she think she is? Who he think he is? I'm going to go do this to them. I'm going to cause them this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go send them a psychic attack. I'm going to send them a spiritual attack. And God be like, open up the back door. Open it. The angels be standing right there at your gateway. Y'all got these earrings on, so hold on. I got my little earring. Y'all is poking me. The angel standing right there with the lock and key. Talking about, you sure? You sure, God? Are you sure you want me to open up the gate? Open the gate up. Unlock it. Open it up. Y'all a big trap. I'm trying to tell y'all something. You are a big trap. the angel standing there big as I don't know what. All right. I'll open it. And God like, open it up and let him in there. Let him in the back door. Open it, unlock it, open it, and then shut him in there and lock it. Lock it. They like, oh, God, you about to lock them in? This is a dirty game. They want to play dirty? Lock them in there with her. Now they in the back of you just, let me breathe all up over you. You're like, what's that? Lord, I thought I seen something at the corner of my eye. He like, you did. That fool, he a fool. He was coming for you. I locked him in there with you. What you gonna do? I'm about to tear him up. I'm about to tear her ass up. Oh, y'all some destiny hopping, swapping, popping out. Oh, lock them in there with them. They be out there telling me, y'all out there trying to act just like some y'all. Y'all got some mimics. They out there telling me I got innate energy, and I'm gonna act just like them, and I'm gonna be like them. I'm gonna swing my hand. Show they swing my way. Sure look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Y'all out there, I'm gonna do me a thing, yang. I'm gonna do my braids like them. I'm gonna do me the short bob with the braid like how they had in their one video. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Guy like them in there. Ancestors be hovering over them, just breathing all down the back of their neck. I wish you would. I wish you move to the left. Move. Granddaddy over in there telling me I'm about to trip him. I'm gonna trip him. Just believe when you one of God's favorites, you do get that extra help. That be them familiars, right? Not the familiar spirits that we talking about that linger over to steal, siphon, and take. I'm talking about those familiar spirits that be like, dang, what was that smell that rolled past here? That smell like granny perfume. It'd be a quick glimpse, of a particular granny that you only seen one time when you was a kid. Like, where did that thought come from? Where did that come from, right? Damn, granny, you here with me? Granny, you up in here? It's a party. You get to see some, wow, ooh, you up in here too? It's a party. And then you gotta ask yourself, what are y'all doing here? I thought y'all supposed to be resting. Ain't y'all supposed to be resting? Angels on the outfield. Y'all must be angels on the outfield. What y'all doing up in the inside? What's up? They like, you got a trickster around here playing up in your energy, playing games, trying to steal, siphon, and create up off the back of you. And we gotta, oh, okay. I'm like, God, you gotta let him in? Oh, okay. You let him in? Oh, okay. You bad, huh? Come on, let him on in. Let him on in, God. Let him in. The fool be popping up on the back of the couch. Come on in here. Let me tell you something. I'm so dramatic in character, y'all. I got to get in character for y'all, okay? About how this be going. I'm trying to tell somebody something. So don't fret, don't cry, don't be mad, don't be upset, don't be counting your dollars, don't be doing none of it. Just sit down somewhere. Go in the kitchen, take you some flour, some sugar, some yeast, and make you some bread. A little bit of milk. If you ain't got milk, use water. A little bit of butter. You know. Flick of the wrist. Flick of the wrist. Go learn. Go figure it out. Go find out how to make this with that and that with this. Go figure it out. Go put these two. If you got some Kool-Aid and sugar in your cabinet, go to the store, right? Go get you some $1.50 cut pineapples from the Dollar Tree. Put them in the freezer and soak them in some Kool-Aid. Put them in the freezer. Make you some sugar pineapples. And sit there and eat them because this show about to be good. If you ain't got no popcorn, make you some sugar pineapples and sit there and watch the show unfold. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Use what you got to get what you want to pass the time by because God got something to do with these fools. Don't fret, don't cry, don't talk about where you at, what you ain't got, what you do got. Some of these people are thieves. The same thing they say they hate. They have been stealing time, energy, essence, and all kind of stuff. Depriving people from knowledge and energy when somebody need it right then and there. Playing up in God's face, playing up in your face. Talking about you ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be. You ain't got connected to God. I am. But they in the background doing what? You say what? Let me see it. I went outside today. Seen 444. After I seen 444, I seen 4040. And after I seen 4040, tell me where to go. 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 Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, that E40. Hey. But anyways, I seen these different numbers, right? But then I ended up seeing 666, right? 666666660. And so I'm like, what's that, God? And it took me back into the part of the Bible where God was showing me because it was 999. And then in the same page, I'm going to say it again. In the same page, it was 999 and 666 right next to each other, right? Triple, quadruple confirmation. And so I said, what is this? And it's still the same thing about how these people is saying that you ain't. Remember they said that Jesus wasn't? They said Yahweh, Yahweh. They said that Yahweh wasn't who he was. They said that Yahweh, you ain't connected to God. You ain't connected to God. You ain't connected to God. After Yahweh showed them time and time again all these miraculous miracles, all these different things, right? And I'm pretty sure, because you know they was only telling the surface of that thing. You know they keep it at the surface. A lot of y'all don't even understand. I was watching this one series and the guy was saying about how it's mystical creatures that was supposed to be a part of the Bible that they took out because they didn't want the people knowing. Like these actual different creatures and these different bloodlines, all this different stuff that was a part of the Bible that they took out, right? So you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Salty. Blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just tasted it. Salty. Salty. They salty. They salty. Woo, there's somebody salty. They salty. They salty. Salty. They say, get that salt off your shoulders. I remember when we was kids, we used to pour salt on our sibling's shoulder, and we say, get that salt off your shoulder. They see mad as hell, right? Whoever it was done to, they was mad. They was mad at the time it was being done. You understand me? Salty. You're salty. Salty. They salty. They salty. Sardine style. Anyways, y'all, let me keep going. And so these people they showed time and time again, he showed them time and time again who he was. Time and time again who he was. And they kept saying, you ain't connected to God. He said, what? If I'm telling you that I'm from God, if I'm telling you that I am the Son of God, and I'm telling you that I'm connected to God and that you're not connected to God, because if you're connected to God, that means that I'm not connected to God. And if I'm connected to God, that means you're not connected to God. And that means that you're not connected to God because I'm connected to God. Then there's no Jiminy Snicket Crickets way impossible that you guys can be connected to him, because I'm telling you that I'm the Son. I am his son. They say, but aren't you the son of such and such and the son of such and such? He said, yeah. And? Well, you're crazy. You're crazy. There's no way, because we're from the such and such or the such and such, and we wear these type of hats and these clothes, and we telling you that we're a part of this. I ain't never heard nothing for God. I ain't never hear the sky open up under. They can't feed the people. They sit up in their high horses. They sit out there on their high horses, right? Riding their thrones and their horses and their donkeys, and they out there ain't even cahoonsing with the people. They can't heal nobody. They ain't did all they think about is feeding themselves gluttonous and hungry and greedy. They feeding themselves. They got the outfits on. They talking about they got the staff in their hand. They talking about they got the gold thing that you put the hands on. They talking about, but ain't never got communication from God, not once. Y'all ain't never get the communication not one time that this was God's son and don't do what y'all was doing. Y'all connected to God, but y'all out here riding dirty. Y'all out here being nasty. Your heart is filthy. You're filthy. You're filthy. Your energy is filthy, son. You're filthy. When you wake up in the morning and you step your 2 feet down on that ground, yeah, and you say that I'm going to go cause somebody else a problem because who I feel like they is and ain't, you're filthy. You're nasty. You're trifling. You're trifling. Good for nothing. And God is coming for your tail. Yeah. You about to get screwed. And let me tell you something. You see this? You see this? When I get like this, I'm trying to tell you something that you about to get dragged. And I'm standing on business. You about to get dragged. You understand me? I mean, like, yo, A-whooping about to be so horrendous that you about to go hide. You're going to be scared to come out of your house. When I get like this up in this thing, you about to get towed up. You about to go, you're about to get whooped. You're about to get snapped up. You're about to get cracked up. You're about to get popped. You're about to get towed up out the frame. You're about to be embarrassed. You're going to be doing the walk of shame. You're going to, I'm talking about, there's not words to describe what you about to endure. Ugh. Somebody ain't hearing me. And I'm not joking. God is not to be mocked. I want to tell y'all something. Don't worry. About the thing. Ooh. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Ooh. 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 Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, it's not funny. Okay, God. Okay, I'm trying to deliver it. God. I can't. I'm trying to deliver what you're trying to get me to deliver. Let me tell y'all something. She's crazy. She needs to be locked up in a insane asylum. Before you get your hands on me, God is going to whoop your... God is going to tear you up. Some of these people have came for some of us, and I'm talking about that way. Some of these people are already facing their battles, but they're in denial because God has not ramped it up yet. I'm talking about these people have been doing so much. It was so funny to hee-hee-ha, point the finger and get away with. You don't know what people been through before you met them, before you came across them on these here internets. You don't know what God had to whoop they back and tail to get them to do for you to think that you're going to do. And God set them up there a lot of times. In the beginning of it, a lot of times, God let you see. God let the people who need to see you see you. Hello. God let the people who need to see you so they can go in action. So they can be, oh God. So they can be made an example out of. Some of these people are going to be made such an example out of that people are going to be afraid to mess with you. These people in high places that sit high and look low, them ones. Who do you think you are? Who told you? Who told you? When people play with me like that, it's always that one. It's always that one or two or three or four. Yeah, Jimmy Cricket. Oh my God. You're gonna let that peasant come in this room? What? Oh, you had a silver spoon? Did you eat off a silver spoon? Who do you think you are to call that person a peasant? Oh, you're gonna get your back and ass tore out. You hear me? Okay. I want you to understand that. I don't understand. Where do we get lost in this sauce of thinking because you had a silver spoon, oh my God, a couple bucks, oh my God, money, not paper, what we was thought that was made from trees? Trees? Did you say trees? Because you picked up a dictionary and your parents beat your back and ass to learn everything in there. You scorned motherfucker, you. Oh my God. Did I hit a nerve? Oh God. I did hit a nerve because God just let my side tingle. Ooh, somebody's about to get up off their seat. Get up off your thing. Someone do better. Get up off your thing. You hear me? We as people is so disgusting. We as people are so disgusting that we measure a human's capability, ability, and value off of trees and things, items and things. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're better than that person because you have a thing. Because you have a tree. You got plenty of trees in the bank. They told us the paper came from the trees, and the trees, the trees and the paper was made into money and paper and stuff. You mean to tell me that I can go to Walmart, the dollar store, and get a whole pack of paper, sometimes on sale for 50 cents, all this paper, 500 sheets of paper for 50 cents to $1 some days, depending on if it's on sale. Y'all know I love my sales. And even if it was for $2, I can go get 200 sheets of paper for anywhere between 50 cents to $2. And I can draw on it, write on it, wipe my butt with it, and everything else. And we are valuing people's life and who they are off of this. No matter which way it was made. I don't care about the ink. I don't care about the person's face on the front of that thing. It all comes down to the same thing. We're valuing people's lives off of, I'm just saying, who a person is, and Jiminy damn Snickets, off of things of this earth that is not even ours. Everything on this earth is God's. Everything that is used on this earth here, this here earth, is God's. I don't care if it's a piece of metal. I don't care if you have this. I don't care what's this, what's that. You are valuing somebody else's life off everything that's not yours. None of it's yours. None of it. None of it. Not the metal, not the gold, not the dollar, not the silver, not the silver and gold. Oh, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. No fame or fortune, no riches and hope. Oh, I'd rather have Jesus, Yahweh, than silver and gold. Now remember? Remember, Simba. Remember, Simba. Remember who you are. People are out here feeling down on their luck because some tight booty cheek motherfucker, Jiminy Crickets, Silver Spoon. I do my Pilates in the morning. And Daddy Whoop May, Mother May I. What's that, Mother May I? Mommy Dearest. No more wire hangers. No more wire hangers. No more wire hangers. Ass motherfucker. You wanna stop playing with me? Elite style. She's part of them. Run. Y'all, I be tripped out. You hear me? I'm just in my own world, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna stop her. Yeah. Somebody report her and lie on her. Whatever we gotta do, get her out of here. And gotta like flip the whole truck over on them. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, got to be more careful. Some of us have birthrights. And some of y'all are sitting in places you should not be sitting in. Just saying. Am I wrong? Oh, wait. And so, anyways, y'all, it's something else I want to get back on because God keep bringing me back to that 666, y'all. I just love it. I love when God communicate with me. That is my Father. God, y'all, let me tell y'all something about God. Y'all, I feel like my bang is like kind of crooked. I don't think it is. I think it's that because I keep scraping it and moving it this way and that way. But do it really matter? Because y'all about to do me a bang. I'm about to do me a ponytail. I want to be outside like hoochie mama. Ugh. No, I'm coming out of it too. I ain't never said I was perfect. You know. Who she thinks she is? Somebody got a magnifying glass. Dig into her. Find the dirty stuff. Find the dirty stuff. George, give me another shot of that whiskey. George, give me a shot of that whiskey. I'll fix her. Son, you all right? You all right? I'm a 3-deer, 5-deer, 6-deer. My dogs. That's my dog. Y'all are so pressed like a button down on Friday. You look like you've been having whiskey shots all night. What you got into? What you done got into, Minnie? You need a bath. You look scrubby. You look like no more scrubs. No more white hairs. Oh my God. Y'all, look at this dog. They press like button downs. I'm starting to think y'all got monitoring spirits. Get away from me. Go. What's up, Manola? What's up, Manola Fear? I don't want y'all on me. Stop. I can't even be nice for a second. Look, I can't even push her. Look, y'all, she putting her body weight down. Can't you push her? Can't you push her? She got her whole body weight down. Look, they push their body. Well, Minnie really don't, though. Get down, Minnie. Get down. Get down, y'all. Y'all need baths. Get down, Nola. You need a bath. Get down. You need a bath. Go. You're dirty. You're dirty. Minnie, what was you in? Her face off. What did you eat? You look scrawny. Like, y'all, her face all whisker. You know, like a dog whiskers get wet and they stick together. You all right? I don't want to deal with y'all right now. I'll get y'all a bath in a minute. Nice hot baths where y'all got to struggle and fight to get out. Gotta fight to get out. Mom, no, help me. Y'all, they be in the tub like, yeah, water. It's water. You damn bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get y'all. But that ain't the worst part. It's the blow dryer. They be in there fighting. Just, help me. Help me. Y'all, stop playing with me. These dogs are something else. Y'all gotta get baths. I'm sorry, y'all hair is not luscious today. It's not luscious. I'll get you guys some good conditioner here in a minute in your hair. Y'all, what I do to them is that I gotta get back on what I was saying in a minute about my 666, but y'all, what I do, the trick to the trade to get their hair real luscious. For one, I give them both because the doctor gave Nola antibiotics. And I don't think she needed those. She just needed the cream because once she had a rash, right? And it's coming back. I think it's the powder stuff I be putting on the floor. And you know, smaller dogs, for some reason, they always got bad allergies. They always breaking out somewhere. They always got some type of problem. Nose be running, eyes running, like, whoa, what's going on? But I was putting this powder stuff down on the floor and I just had to stop because I think that they're allergic. I noticed that she itches a lot when I put that down. And so I can't put it down anymore. You know, I talk about the powder stuff or the foam stuff that you spray on your carpet for the smell good. And but what I do is I damp them up a little bit, and then I put conditioner on them, and I let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll take them a bath and shampoo and everything. They all get washes either between I shampoo them up 2 to 3 times, you know, wash that all out, and then I put a better conditioner, silicone. I like to use silicone on Nola, especially Nola. Y'all, they hair be so luscious and fluffy, and I was going to cut them. I think I'm just going to do them a trim and trim their nails and stuff like that because it's getting winter and I want them to be fluffy. You know, I like the fluff. They don't get no mats and all that weird stuff because I ain't playing like that. Once they start getting mats, girl, you gotta cut them down. And I just try to keep them brushed and very groomed. They need to be fluffed out. They need to be fluffy and, you know, voluptuous. And I know when Nola got something going on because Nola is normally whiter than what she is. And her hair is brown, so that means that she's having some type of skin condition. Yeah, she's itching. So, and she don't have no fleas. And so, we gotta get her figured out. Y'all know another thing? I was paying all this money. Went to the vet for their cream and all this stuff. What do I got on me? That must be makeup. I don't know how I got all the way down there. But anyways, yeah, I started to use this. My daughter used to have eczema really bad. In the wintertime, she get it back. But I use her eczema. She got an ointment, like a eczema ointment. And that took away. I used that with a little bit of Vicks. It made that Vicks with that, whatever that tingly feeling is, it makes her skin feel good. It stopped the Vicks. I just put a little bit in there, but it stops her from scratching, and the other thing heals her, and it works. So, Vicks and it's a eczema cream, and they both work for her. Just take her a bath and put a little layer up under there, and she got to put on doll shorts. I got some baby dolls clothes in here, and or I use a pair of my grandson's old pants and cut the tail part out and give it to her. Y'all gotta get this out of my face. It is bothering my forehead. I'm not doing no bang again. I'm not doing no bang. No. All right, guys. I was saying that. Yeah, I can't. I'm ready to just put my pajamas on in a minute, and I'm about to because it's just too much. I got bell-bottom sleeves on, you know, and I just can't. It's just too much clothing. I gotta get my pajamas on. It's time to get those pajamas on. And so, anyways, I was saying with 666, right? I'm going to go back there and then I'm going to get off of here. It's 9:17. I think I did good. I'm so proud of myself. Anywho's, so I was saying, I had the strangest dream yesterday. And this dream was that a certain family member had lied on me. But what was strange, it was a child. And I seen all of these people running behind me, mainly family members. And they end up finding out in the midst of chasing after me that this child had lied. And the mother of the child was so depressed and so sad. And I kept hearing her say, I did all of this stuff off of a lie. I did all of this stuff off of a lie. So I just thought out, it's strange that y'all forgot all about the dream. But it's strange that as I'm saying this, what I'm about to say, that this dream just came up. But this is a dream that I literally had this morning. Because I woke up for a little bit and I laid back down, took me a nap, and I got back up. Like an hour nap. And when I took that little nap, it was meant for me to go lay back down. I was about to stay up and I was like, I'm going to lay down for a little bit. But in this dream, it was a child that had lied on me. And I seen all these people chasing after me. And I kept saying, what is going on? I didn't even know what was going on. But I was like, knew that my life was in danger. And in the midst, a person went back and asked this child something. And the child said, which it wasn't a child. They was like, basically like 18. And they're still a child. But this child, and it was a girl. And she had said, she finally told the truth. And everybody was so mad, like looking at her like, why would you lie? Why would you lie? That's the craziest dream, right? I think that somebody tried to send me that message, but I want to let you know that I got it. But that don't make an excuse for what you did. That don't. See, that's why I need to bring that up too. It's a lot of you guys that have been falsely accused about things, right? It's crazy because God let that dream come up for whatever reason. These people are trying to send out SOS. SOS. Somebody help me. SOS. Right? That's Rihanna, ain't it? SOS by Rihanna. Some of these people are sending up smoke signals because some of you guys have been a lot of these people are in trouble. But one of the main things that I noticed in this dream is the expression of this young, I ain't gonna say child because they're not a child, of this younger person face. And I heard one of the people say, why did you lie? Why did you say that? And this person said, because I was obsessed with them. This younger person said, because I was obsessed with them. And they like, what you mean obsessed? Like the way she dressed, the way she keep her hair, the way she da-da-da-da-da. They was obsessed. And they didn't know how to process them being obsessed. And so they had told a lie, right? And everybody was so mad and so depressed. Everybody was like, man, I just seen people walking away, like dropping their heads. But I can feel what they was feeling it was like a sense of urgency, a sense of trouble, a sense of sorrowful. And I seen people like stumbling over each other to get to me. And then you had some like to get to me in a way to apologize. But then I seen where some of them had tried to just play it off. Like they weren't involved in it. They were just always the ones that was mutual. I never believed it. I kind of just kept my dick because I don't know, and some of them try to ease in like they didn't know nothing and that they just try to come and start talking to me. And I found it weird. But I noticed that I was ahead of everybody. I stayed ahead of everybody. And what's so crazy is I had another dream as well before this. This dream was probably almost a year ago, and this same family member was in my dream. The parents of this child was in my dream, and for some reason this person was talking to me. And when they was talking to me, we was in this apartment complex, and for some reason this apartment complex had all these different floors. Y'all, this apartment complex had like about 30 floors to it, like literally. Y'all ever seen like that cartoon? I mean, not cartoon, but remember that game where the thing would be like, it'd be like all these different floors and like the ball would bounce down and it was supposed to be like the human. And it's like one of them really, really old games and it would go down to all these different floors or whatever. That's kind of like the rows. It was like all these floors, right, in this apartment complex. But for some reason, I can see myself sitting inside this apartment complex with all these rows to it and all these apartments. And the way the stairs was like zigzag. And I remember talking to the same family member of this child in this dream as well. This is crazy. And as me and this person was talking, this was a family member that I had told about her man. Her man was cheating. I was out and about and seeing her man with another woman. And I told this person, it was crazy because another person, this wasn't in his dream. This was something that actually happened. I was out and about and I ended up seeing her man. This wasn't only one time I seen her man, but 2-3 different times that I seen her man out with another woman. And the first time, end up calling an elder in my family and I said, hey, I just seen such and such, right? I didn't call none of the younger people because I didn't want them running their mouth. I didn't want their business out there. But I called an elder in my family and I was like, man, I just seen such and such and I don't know what to do. And the elder family member said, if I was you, and I called this person for a reason, right? She said, if I was you, I wouldn't say anything, right? Because at this time, me and this family member, we was really cool, right? And she said, if I was you, I wouldn't say nothing. And she said, the only reason I'm telling you not to say nothing is because, she said, for one, people know what they man and they woman out here doing. You know what I'm saying? When people be together and da-da-da-da-da, she just had a real conversation with me, and I respect her for it. And she said that the reason why I wouldn't say anything, she said, for one, she said that person knows what that person is doing, for one. This came around before you even came. This was already around before you even came around. They said that this person had already been told by several people that, they seen this person out. And she said, from my knowledge, that this person is going to cut you off. You know, y'all have a good relationship. Ain't no need to ruin your relationship. They know what that person is doing. And this person has a tendency to, when they find out that you know, that they know, that they know, that you know, and them and all of them, they doubt that this person have a tendency of cutting people off once they find out that they person is out here doing such and such and such and such, right? And so I said, damn, well, I don't want to ruin our relationship. I don't want to, be that person, right? She, F it, right? But what's so crazy is that I kind of knew that this person knew. I basically knew this person knew because there's been other stories that it basically added up, right? It basically made sense. I'm saying all this for a reason. Because everybody, when this person gave me that message, that everybody who went and told this person that they seen these things, they end up cutting them off. And certain things start playing back in your head that even if you didn't know the full story, that full story got filled. You understand? It got made right then and there. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's why she don't talk to such and such no more. Oh, okay, that's why I heard, oh, damn, I did hear about that, right? It's certain things that you might catch glimpses of, that would start to fill in the blank, right? And so when that person said that to me, it starts to fill in the blank of, oh, that's why she don't talk to such and such no more. I did hear that, she had went and told such and such and such. Okay. So by me not want to ruin me in that person's relationship, I didn't say anything, right? And so anyways, y'all, I'm coming back up to this. So when I had this dream many years later, it was a dream of me sitting in this apartment complex. And as I'm sitting in this apartment complex, it was a long dream. It had other tiers to this, right? But I'm just going to talk about this first part of it. And it was me and this person sitting in this apartment complex. As me and this person is talking in this apartment building in my dream, she say, we just have a normal conversation. We talking and stuff. And she says to me, hold on real quick. I'll be right back. And so she leaves out of the apartment building. And I'm sitting there and something tells me to get up and leave. They took too long. And something's telling my gut kept saying, get up and leave. And so I got up and left. And I started to go down the stairs, right? This is in my dream. And as I started to go down these stairs, for some reason, I'm in a dream, right? But I can see outside the dream. I can see the whole apartment complex. And I can see through the building, basically, right? And I see, as I'm going down the stairs, I'm seeing that this person busts back through the door with 20 other people, other females, and they thinking that they about to bust in on me, rah, right? And I'm like, I can see this, but I'm already going down the stairs, right? I can see them with all these people, steady mobbing. That's what I said in my dream. They steady mobbing, right? And so I'm like, when I got up, right, I'm going down the stairs, right? And one thing that I noticed is that I was always steps ahead of them. In every dream that I had, I was always steps ahead of them, right? Right? God's protection, right? Of falsities. I was always ahead of these people, way ahead of them, right? And so as I'm going down the stairs, I wanted to turn back around. Something me wanted to turn back around and go see what was all the commotion, but I already knew. So I kept on going down the stairs. I said, whatever, I ain't got time for that shit. And I went on ahead and went down the stairs. Yeah, I'm literally saying this. I ain't got time for that this bitch. What we doing? I'm kind of saying this to myself. And I'm going downstairs, and I ended up down the stairs, right? And it landed me to a different part of my dream. Once I went outside, it was all nice and bright, and I went on walking. Somehow I ended up landing downtown, in the downtown where I'm at. And I'm going through downtown. There's this little event going on. It's like a big city event going on. When I walk out the door, I see all these people. And so I ended up running to somebody else, but I'm just going to stop the dream there, right? And so when it came to this dream that I had this morning, literally, and I see that this same person, and I see that all these things going on, and there's this person in this dream, their child lied about something, right? And so, anyways, once I get up, I'm telling y'all the story and everything, right? One thing that I noticed is that God always shielded me and kept me 10 steps ahead, right? These were dreams, but these was also visions, right? God will use certain things to show you. And it might not be, sometimes you might not be ready right then and there for the exposure of what's going on. And a lot of times who you think it is that's actually doing stuff is not the person that's doing the stuff. And what God showed me in that dream, that this person had always been doing stuff. But it always starts as a seed, right? It's a seed of jealousy. It's a seed of envy. It's a seed of jealousy. It's a seed of unhealed, insecure, right? Not working on self and all these different things. These are seeds that was implanted into this person, right? And so when I got up and I thought to myself, I said, this person has always been jealous. Always, right? And I knew it, but I would ignore it. You know people jealous, people, that's like that. These are the type of people that when you're close with them at the time that you're close with them, or you cool with them at the time you're cool with them, you will be standing there, and these are the type of people that you will look over and see them looking at you funny. Jealous, very jealous and insecure. These are the type of people that you catch at the corner of your eyes looking at you doing all that, right? It might be only you and that person in the room, and you might look at them like, what's going on, right? And I was just looking at you, girl, and yo, you just slammed up some, and da-da-da-da. Oh, I thank you, right? But you're beautiful, too. You're beautiful, too. That's me. I've always been her. You're beautiful, too, though. You have a nice shape as well. You know, but these people don't have that in them. And the reason why, right, these people are easily swayed and easily guided in the wrong direction towards you because they run their mouths about you and they show the people, including their own children, how insecure and jealous they are, right? Even if they don't say nothing bad, it don't take a rocket science to figure out that somebody's jealous of somebody. And especially when, and people don't like to look at their children. The most manipulative person that can get over on you in your life is your children. People don't like to, oh. God did not show me that for no reason. But I was ready to see it. If God would have showed me that a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there's no way. There's no way. And I probably would have forgot about it and kept it moving. But God is a tiny, awesome, resilient God. God is awesome. Our God is an awesome God. We reign from heaven above with me. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns. You hear me? God is awesome, right? And let me say this as well. God revealed that to me. These are SOS, right? This is also, don't get it twisted. These are also people out here trying to show me why it is that they did what they did, right? And they helped to do what they did. Somebody's trying to send out a smoke signal, an SOS, because these people are figuring out that the lies that have been told on you were freaking lies. But the thing about it is that they were so easily manipulated and guided and cheese stringed in. You know, you take the little cheese and you put it on the string and you watch the mouse follow it. You know what I mean, burn? You know what I mean, burn? You know what I mean, burn? These people were easily misled and misguided and easy to manipulate, right? These big bad wolves, the big bad wolves. These motherfuckers that think they're smarter than a fifth grader. These people who think that they can't get got over on. Because I am. These people sit in ego. These people sit in I am. And who. And a child got over on you and lied and smiled while doing it. While watching you hurt an innocent person. God allowed me to see that for a reason. What they say, like mother, like daughter, like son, like father, like son. These kids grow up and they hear the yakking at the mouth and the insecurity. And guess what? They become that same way. They become that same malicious, manipulative, cunning, lying mother lover. People don't want to hear that. You are what you eat. If you put the child in front of the and tell it to do and hear and that and that, and they see this all day, they 10 times out of 10 gonna say, I ain't gonna be like that, or they gonna become exactly that times 10. This is biblical. I can't make this up. I might not be explaining it into the way and the manner which somebody else want me to explain it, but this is me. This is how I explain it. You understand? But you are what you eat. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, esoterically, you know. You are what you eat. And so if a child is sitting around, girl, because did you see? Girl, because did you hear? Girl, because da-da-da-da-da. Girl, did you see? Girl, because she had on. No, girl. If a child is around that, they see that, they end up becoming that. And so that child seen the way that was. And they picked up on it and say, oh, I can do this. I can be misguiding. I can be misleading. I can be idiots. Oh, they all talking about her. Let me lie on her too. Let me get in on this and act grown and smoke that weed. Let me hit that weed with ya. Yeah, girl, because let me hit that. And they up there passing it. Passing it around to the kids. Girl, because what you say she did? Because she did this. Because she never confronted you, though. But the reason why they never confronted you, because they never believed it. They just want to have a reason. They didn't believe what that child said. They didn't believe what that man said. They didn't believe what that boy said. They don't believe what that girl said. They don't believe it. But because you are who you are, they believed it because they wanted to believe it. They have to have a reason to do what it is that they're doing. Something that they always want to do is already a seed. It's already in them. So this is why these people are not getting a pass. And they think because they send out you a SOS. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I just heard, and the reason why, because I just heard I heard it through the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine. She did. The whole time laughing at them fools. And another dream I had was this same person, sitting around the table telling someone, what we gonna do? I kept saying, but the main person, everybody around this table, I can see them. But it was one person. I was standing in the background. This is a dream. These are dreams, right? But what people don't understand is that God will do something for something into something so you can take a peek in. Trust me, you mean this. When somebody is dibbling and dabbling and playing up in your energy, they forget that it's not a one-way street. They give you access to them too. And the difference between you and them is that you ain't gotta go in the basement and out in the outfield, and angels on the outfield. Angels on the outfield. You ain't gotta go outside to the crossroads and all that to do all that. God just grant you access. Here you go. Look at them. Look at these fools. Even in wrong, even in finding out that they wrong, they still planning. And this is why God is going up some of these people's heads. You, them, and them. Vindication. Vindication. And you had people standing around you talking, and you know, because I was over there, that did happen. But I did know that a weird feeling. I did notice a weird feeling. And did you see the last time he was over here? They was sitting weird, like they was guilty, playing games. They didn't see by their child getting smashed up in the car. The guy was telling them to stop. They didn't see the freak accident over there that's happened between this and this and that and this. And they trying to all keep away what's bad going for them. They trying to keep away from you what is going on with them, because they are getting so out the frame. And it's not an aha. God said, they said, what was it, that scripture? He said, God, are you going to sit here and look and say aha all day long? God like, no. They just hiding from you what's going on in their lives. Because I am tearing them out back in. They getting their backs towed up. You understand me? Oh, watch out. Style. God has sent these people out time and time again, and these people found out the truth for standing there. So, it was in me all along. I ain't like them anyways. God like, oh yeah? You ain't gonna apologize? You ain't gonna turn around and do what's right? Because it's always in them. It was always in them. These people wanna keep going. I'll tell y'all, I love that. I love it. This, the phrase, the terminology, the metaphor, y'all be so extra, of the seed, right? The seed, it's a seed. You know, they say you have to have faith of a mustard seed. All you have to do is have a barely seeable, the faith of a mustard seed. Dude, how big is a mustard seed? I think that thing, you could just take it and if you go like this with it in your hand, I think that your whole hand, you wouldn't be able to see you rolling around. I don't even think you'll be able to see yourself rolling it around in your hand, right? So we just gonna pretend I got a mustard seed, because you wouldn't be able to see it anyways. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Anyways, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta have is that. For God to just open up the flowers, the stars, and the bees, and the seeds, and for you. Just a little bit. All you got. I mean, just a little bitty old seed there. I mean, that thing is like, all you have to do is have that much faith of a mustard seed. And so, if we take a mustard seed, I want to take the time to look it up, but I don't have my my tablet up. Let me go see, because I got to do some research. You know, God's been telling me to do some research when I'm talking to you guys. We got to look up a mustard seed. Let's have class. Let's have class. 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 In session. Okay? Whole sentence, period, at the end. We have to, God said, all you have to have is faith of a mustard seed, right? I don't want to get off the topic while I'm looking for this. I might not be able to find it on my tablet. And so that means that all you have to have is faith of a mustard seed in order to get, you know, all this access and all these things and the possibility of, right? That faith of a mustard seed opens up the possibilities of things that you could have never imagined. And so if all you have to do is have faith of a mustard seed for something to brew up that big, let's take it to the wild side. So when that seed was already in them, even if it was just rolling around, you know, it was just there. I mean, you kin to me. I mean, you blood, but then they start finding out other stuff. They start finding out that we gonna do this to you. We gonna kill your child off this lie. And we know it's a lie because it's in there, right? We already, the seed was already in me. The jealousy, the envy, the not liking myself, the unhealedness, all these things was already in. It was already there, right? And so as time went on, all that did, even though they knew it was a lie in their heart, something in my heart has got me stuck on you. Right? Something in their heart. Even when that child came and said that person came and said that place and thing or bug came and said that, right? Whatever it was that came and said that, right? They knew when it came to them that it was a lie. They knew it when the child said it, when the cat said it, when the dog said it, when the boy said it, when the girl said it, when the man said it, when the woman said it. When they said it, they knew that it was a lie. In their heart, they knew it. They looked at that person. They looked at that thing in his face and they said, that happened? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing because I was in execution style. They held up a strawberry, a dandelion, and a fruit roll up and told me that if I said something, they was gonna shove a fruit roll up down my throat, a dandelion up my ass. Yeah, yeah. Really? They looked and knew it was a lie. But that's there. The Grinch. Oh, the Grinch. The Grinch. They looked at that child and smiled. They tried to play this sad role, but in their heart, they was gleaming alive. Alive. Finally alive. Oh, alive. Oh, God, I can finally act. This bitch. I knew they was too good to be true. I knew that they was riding dirty. I knew that man was riding dirty. I knew that he wasn't right. I knew it. I knew he wasn't nothing. You out there minding your business. How you doing? How you doing, son? How you doing, sir? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? How y'all doing today? Anybody need ice cream? Anybody need cake? Everybody okay? Okay, everybody's fine? Okay. Okay. And the other people looking like, oh, I knew it's a lie, but girl, did you hear the lie? Girl, we about to eat off the back of these foods. Okay. And then they had the other one scooch over. Girl, let me hug you. Let me come stay in your house, girls, to make sure you all right. We gotta go get you some help. And then that thing sees that he get away with that. Oh my God, could you imagine how many other things that came in contact with this and it's been fed? I'm talking about like a person getting away with major lies. The people around them know that it's major lies. But the fact of who the lie was told on, they're going to eat off the back of that. God is having me bring this up for a reason. God is having me bring this up for a reason. Don't fret, my child. And these people move around falsely accusing and convicting you off of something that one thing about it is God knows the heart, the mind, the quiet thoughts that you have, my friend. Nothing. You get away with nothing. Your feelings, your emotions, like God is tapped into. I don't want to go there with y'all. Let me stay at the surface. There's nothing that you can get away with. You can't even pretend that you thought. You know? You can't even say that I really thought that was true. You can say that out of your mouth to whoever you want to say it to. But in your heart, you knew. And you know, y'all people like to always say, God know my heart. Oh, yes, he do, you dirty mother lover. I know it's a lie. In my heart, I know that person lying. I know that thing lying. I know it's lying. But because it's you, because it's them, thou, and they, because some of us can eat off of it, because nobody ever thought that it was the truth, not one. When it was said, they knew in their heart that it was a lie. But because they needed something to fester and feed, you know, even if somebody thought it might have been the truth a little bit, on the journey, and it didn't take long, the story switched one too many times. It's like, didn't you say? Wait a minute, that ain't sound right. When did that happen? You told me it happened on this day, that day, and da-da-da-da, and you was very precise. And matter of fact, I can't forget it because this and this happened on that day. Major events happened on that day. So this is why I can't forget it. And so you said, how that went down again? Then they start catching you know what I'm talking about? No, I don't. That's a big thing. This is a big thing that we're talking about. But nobody thought to confront you. Nobody thought to confront that person. They never thought to confront that person because they knew it was a lie. If I think that I know, and I feel in my heart, I'm coming to confront you. It won't be no plots and plans to come up behind and da-da-da-da-da. And this ain't nothing to play about. None of it is. I don't care what it is. He stole my candy jar from me. It ain't nothing to play about because it's yours and you worked hard for that candy jar. You understand me? You got people out here getting away with massive lies. And not only is they getting away with it, they know that you know that it's a lie. And they're getting fed. And you're getting fed off of this. And you think that you're not going to pay the piper? Some people in this season, there will be some song singing and flower bringing because God has warned them to stop. To stop this madness. To stop these lies. And even after you find out the truth, you're going to keep going? I don't think so. And you knew the truth way back when in your heart that these things were lies. Some of you people have been outcasted for outright lies. And nobody ever confronted you. All these people. Oh my God. Dude, when I tell you, I can't, you know, after I got up from this dream, right, today, I came across a video on my phone of this young woman, and I cannot think of her name. I love her work. But in her speech, she talked about God, and she said that, what was it, Lord? What was it? I want to say this right. That God said, feel no way. Feel no way about your enemies and what's about to happen to them. Like, don't pray for them. Don't look back. Don't let them back in your life. Don't look back. I want to be precise here. Don't look back. Don't feel sad. Don't feel happy. Don't pray for them. Feel nothing. Just keep moving on with your life. And some of y'all have to do that. Because what is coming? What is coming? Some of y'all was sitting around like, what is going on? What's happening? What's taking place? Some of you guys was exiled and did not even know that you guys were exiled. Some things went on and you had no idea what was taking place. Nobody ever confronted you about anything. They wanted to keep it that way because they knew it was a lie in the first place. But they need to let this nasty stuff out on someone. And they jealous of you too. And you doing good too. And you all right too. And God shielded you in your bubble and you just, dude, I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, they ain't talking to me? Oh, okay. Oh, they ain't talking to me? Oh, okay. God said, heal, my child, heal. You've been through enough. See, a lot of us, when we come here on missions, understand that we come here, when we come here on a battlefield. We already in war. We already in war. As soon as we touch down out of the womb, right? That air that we breathe in is dirty. It's already war. Because we come here on assignment. For us soldiers, we the foot soldiers for the Most High God. You should be honored. You should be honored. I mean, to be known by God is like, I mean, there's no type of human on this earth, no type of nothing that is more better than God. I mean, to be known by name by God. I mean, for him to know the amount of hairs that's on your chin, on your head. I mean, your eyebrow, all of it. I mean, you mean I can get up in the morning and I'll be like, dang, God, thank you for another day. Thank you, God. Like, when I get up, sometimes God, I get to moving around. But you know what I notice? Some days I can wake up and I look up and I say, dang, it's gloomy outside. And as quick as I can't say it, and I put my feet on that ground, implanted, the sun is coming out. You understand me? I mean, like, I get to get up and say, God, how you doing this morning or this afternoon or this evening? God, I love you. And it's a beautiful day. Could you let the sun come out and play today? Just glisten on me for a little while longer. I know I woke up kind of late today, God, but it's gloomy out there and I'm feeling all right. And you will watch the sun come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's only a day away. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all just woke up to that. You hear me? I want to say it's about a week ago. I was laying down, and y'all already don't watch TV like that, right? And this day, I put it on, I went to bed kind of late, and I was up, and I said, I'm going to watch me something on the regular TV. Because now, you ain't got the channels in between channels anymore. You got to click it on there and put it on the live TV on the, And so I clicked the button, I'm going to put it on the live TV. And as I'm watching it, right, I'm watching the Collins, what is that called? It was Breaking Dawn. It was Edward Collins. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The little vampire and wolf movie. And I went to sleep and that was playing. And when I got up, it was still playing. And I went up a channel and I sing that. Tomorrow is only a day away. She was up there singing that song and I was in half sleep talking about tomorrow. It's just the little things. It's the little things for me, And so, we got to be grateful for the days and tomorrows and todays and tomorrows and tomorrows and yesterdays. And, And so, I just got to thinking about God, y'all. God is so good. Like, y'all, he is the love. He is the love of my life. And so, anyways, some of y'all have been exiled, wrongly accused, put up on the stand, never approached, ganged up on, stalked up on, and lied on by multiples of people. And see, some of y'all like, what is going on? What's going on? Why is these things happening? And God, I don't know what's going on. And, everybody slowly slide away. And somewhere in there, they choose to make you the family sacrifice. Well, since, somebody slide that in there. Well, since we already own it, let's go in the backyard and light a bonfire and sing Kumbaya and chant their name over the fire. Since that they already did. The rest of the food smell, yeah, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. And they do all this stuff and they say, they did lose their car. We gonna gain off that. They did lose their child. We gonna gain off that. And God looking at them like, I'm about to tear y'all up. Open the back door. Open the fence up. Open the fence. Open the fence. Open the back door up and lock them in there. You understand me? You got to be more careful. You don't know what somebody's mission is. See, these be the same people that when you're born, when you're a baby, when you can't say goo goo gaga, they put you on the table and they spin the table. What is she going to be? What is he going to be? What is they going to be? What are they going to have? And God be like, show them. You be sitting there, goo goo gaga. You going to let them get the ups on me, God? I just got here. God, like, I need them to see. I need them to see. You don't even know that your great-great-great-great-granny went through the same thing. And the granny after that, and the granny after that, and I skipped one because I needed them to be down with the team. Because we got to get this thing cracking this lifetime. We in the fourth quarter. We got to get some things straightened out. And if I don't let them see, they ain't going to go to work. See, some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all don't know that it had to go just like this. And if God would have told me when I first got on my journey, I would have been out there like, I would have been out there in panic. But as time went on and I done grown, healed, and evolved, things of that nature, and God done showed me things. He done broke me down, built me back up, and let people in, back door, locked them in and all that good stuff. And look at that fool back there. Look at this fool back there. What's these new runner-ups that think they going to come in and play like you? They going to build a bee. They out here playing build a bee. And God had to, do all these things with you and for you. Too much noise. Every time these neighbors come home, they come home with all this chaos, mayhem, and noise. They come in with all these problems. They want to be heard and seen that they back. I'm back. Who cares? Who cares? Go in the house and figure something out. Go eat some lunch with your girl. They be all up in your business. They be digging in our trash and everything. They nasty. I said it. I ain't judging. I said it. People is weird. They're getting weirder and weirder by the day. These executioners. They getting weirder and weirder by the day. And so, anyways, y'all. Anyways. Let me keep going. Y'all know I ain't lying because I stay in the duplex. The duplex is the whole thing. I can go upstairs or downstairs. I got access to the whole thing. And it's a huge basement in here. Why am I hearing the next door neighbors in this big old building slamming doors, going through trash, all the way up here? I mean, unless God just hyped my ears because, I was told. I was told that I had clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentient, So, But, I mean, it'd be like, pow. Y'all heard that pow? But it was like, boing, in my ears. With these muffs on. Boing. I heard the rhythm, the beat, and the sound. The tune and everything. I seen the frequency. Y'all, stop playing with me. Somebody go get her, lock her up. She talking about, yeah. Anyways, y'all, let me keep going. What was I at? Y'all, I done got lost. These people, it's always a demon somewhere trying to throw you off track. It's always a demon somewhere trying to throw you off track. Always. Y'all see what that just did? Now I gotta go back and dig through my library. Somebody out there, she didn't go to Harvard. She didn't go to school. She didn't get past. She what school did she go to? I went to the such and such at the University of Jiminy Crickets, and to get all this knowledge. And where did she go to school? I'm gonna go check and see where she went to school because she should know this knowledge. I had to study. Things of that nature. I should know and she shouldn't. I did it and she didn't, and I'm gonna stand on it and I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show her who I am. Anyways, y'all, like I was saying, it's it's levels to this. And so God will not show you certain things right away. God will just let you go through certain things, right? Your life be all tumultuous since a child and all these good things. But God builds you forward to, all these different things that you got to go through, these different phases, the breaking down, the picking back up, the reinvention of the whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But it's what God wanted, what God wanted. Nope, she ain't getting it this time. Nope, he ain't got it that time. Redo it. But they just not getting that part of it. Send such and such in his life. Send such and such in her life. Yeah, we need that character. We need that character. We need that character. And then here come this narcissist walking through the door. I am. Pimps up, hoes down. Bros before hoes. Bros before hoes. Get down or lay down. I'm out here looking for these hoes in the daylight with a flashlight. No man. No man. No woman. Jump the broom. Stand in the kitchen and cook that food. You know, I'm the man. I wear. I'm gonna cook the kahuna. I got the kahunas, you know. You're a woman. You stay in your place. You stay in your place. You know, bruh, she don't want to stay in her place. Put her down. Put her down. We gotta put her down. We gotta put her down. She don't know her place. And then here goes some scorn woman standing in the background. I ain't never been able to talk before. Yeah, she don't know a woman place. She don't need it. Cause you know, before I was born, you know, my granny and them had to stand in the kitchen and know they place. And I remember one time my great granddaddy shoved a thing down her throat because told her to eat all the cake and a man. You know, because she wasn't allowed to talk. She had to stay in a woman's place. And when I came up, you know, because that's when I ain't got a man now. Girl, we are in 2025 going into 2026. Calm down. Calm down. Honey, I think I'm doing pretty all right because they out here popping coochie on the floor. They womb is on the floor. They womb is on the floor. You worried about me and they out here with their wombs on the floor. They dropping their womb down on the floor. You know, when I was younger, I had my days. But I wasn't dropping my womb down on the floor. Your womb is on the floor. Your portal is on the floor. Scrubbing the ground. Scrubbing the ground. Your womb is on the floor. Somebody get her portal up. Girl, you almost lost your portal. Doing them splits. Twerking your portal all out. Girl, somebody teach her portal. Yeah, get her portal back in her. They worried about you talking and you know. Because a man said, it's a man's world. And then the woman be like, some scored woman in the background, life almost just, she ain't been able to talk the whole time. She been giving her husband all her ideas. And he been going out there acting like it's him. Because I got a word for y'all today. Is it your word or your wife's word? She ain't allowed to talk, girl. Get up there and talk, girl. Okay. Matter of fact, cut him off. Cut him off from the fruit. Cut him off from the fruit. Somebody about to be like, Ain't that the cone heads? When she went in there, she said, on cone heads. Y'all know what I'm talking about, cone heads. If you ain't ever watched Cone Heads, Coneheads, Cone Heads. Somebody go watch Cone Heads. Y'all, she turned around, she said, look, they went in the grocery store, y'all. I can't remember what part. I just came to me when she went in the grocery store. They was, you know, they had became one with the United States. They was from another motherland. You feel me? But they had the cone heads, y'all, and they real too. They real. Go look them up. But I don't get on there. She crazy. But they go to church every morning and every Sunday and hear the preacher talking about he had that premonition. Okay. Y'all got that look from my uncle. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Oh, shit. I'm taking that from you, Unc. He don't even know he do it. He gonna be like, damn. I know which. I bet you the rest of my uncles and my dad can figure out which one it is. I took they look. Yeah. Anyways, y'all, let me keep going because I got lost in the sauce. I forgot what I was at. I forgot where I was at. Anyways, God, you is something. God be having me be so character. Some days I be up for sit straight, neck straight. And then some days I just be like, whatever, right? Depending on what personality I want to bring out today. She said personalities. How many she got? How many? And then it's going to be some better bitsy. Look. Won't nobody get up under the word. Maybe in the background. Don't let her out on the algorithm. Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm back on track. But I'm talking about the cone heads. I remember the cone heads. She went inside the grocery store, y'all, and she was in there shopping with her little smooth cone head, her little earrings. She had her little outfit on, y'all. And she was in there shopping. And the girl turned around. She was trying. Why was the lady in there? What was she? The one kept failing her driver test on purpose so she can get next to the other cone head, to the cone head's husband. Honey, she got to feeling insecure. She got to read no magazine. Yeah, no matter what planet they from, they all the same. All the women the same, right? Anyways, she went inside the grocery store and she seen that eggplant, y'all. She turned around and she looked over and she turned around. She was rolling with her grocery cart. She turned around. She seen that eggplant. She said, ah! Then She grabbed it. She said, yeah. It was an eggplant, y'all. She thought it was their heads. Oh my God, y'all. I gotta go watch that now. Um, what song was he humming in that? That song came to me when he was humming that down there when he was when they went back to their planet and they was y'all I'm about to go look it up. He started humming a song down in that arena. Now I gotta go look it up, y'all, because God might want to click something with that and clack it with that. You feel me? Might bring up a memory or something. You know, God just operates in strange ways. Like certain things will click certain things that you will be to forgot about. And so it's something about that song God want me to listen to bring something back up. And I'm gonna go listen to it in a minute. But anyways, so excuse me, guys. Where was I going with this? It wasn't conviction yet. Y'all gotta go look. Hold on. Anyways, y'all, that's how some of y'all enemies is. That every time when they see you coming, they be like, yeah, on a platform in whatever place you go into, honey. That is the men and the women. I went top. I did, and I'm working at, and I'm the top of Turtleneck City. Well, I'm wearing a turtleneck too, sir. Yours got bacon in it. Yours got bacon.